What's good, YouTube? This video is going to be about indefinite situationships. Like I said, I got this question from Instagram. I get most of these questions from Instagram, so if you want your question answered, you should probably join me on Instagram. Follow at KevHick24. Somebody asked me, is a year and a half dating enough time to put a label on a relationship? Is that enough time for a man to say or know that he wants to be with you? Short answer, yes, it should be. A lot of people end up in indefinite, long-term situationships because they're dating people who have commitment issues. Or they're dating people who don't have a plan for them but are just enjoying things the way they are, without obligation, without strings, and without responsibility. If a label means anything to you, if a label is something that gives you security, then you should probably not be one of these people in an indefinite situationship. You should always go into a relationship with a plan and an exit strategy if that plan doesn't work out. Just think about it. Do you know if you like your job after a year and a half? Right? Do you know if you like a TV show after watching it for a year and a half? While relationships aren't as simple as jobs or TV shows, a label isn't even binding. If a guy won't even say you're his girlfriend, but he's been screwing you for a year or a year and a half or 6 months or 9 months or 14 years like I've heard before, you've done yourself a disservice if that label was something that would have given you security and that you wanted. Many people don't care about labels, and for those people, I suppose it's okay. But I can tell you something. That label doesn't necessarily bind you to a person, but it is a sort of contract or an expectation. It obligates people to a particular standard of conduct, especially around the opposite sex. It creates an expectation for a certain amount of respect and honor when you're away from each other to have that label. It states to the world that we are together. This person is off limits. They are mine. It's a marking of territory, if you will. Some people don't like labels because they want to continue as they were single before they started dating you and before they entered whatever you're calling what you are. If you're someone special someone and you've been that for a long time and you can't even get the word girlfriend to come out of that person's mouth, maybe they have commitment issues. Maybe they never planned to commit. There used to be a time when women had a lot of struggles getting guys to marry them. They would be girlfriends for many years at a time. 4 years, 10 years, 17 years. And while I don't think that you should rush marriage, that is a commitment that should be considered. The word girlfriend isn't going to hurt anybody. The word girlfriend is just basically a conduct promise that, hey, I won't screw anybody else and I'll claim you out in public. I'll respect you in the way that maybe I don't ultimately respect everybody else, or I'll honor you in the ways that I might not honor other women. It's not a binding contract. So it's kind of sad actually to watch people go from struggling to ever get married to now struggling to ever be claimed. I think it's asinine that people put up with this stuff. Now, I'm not saying that if you're not a person who likes labels, that you should go out and apply one to your relationship. What I'm saying is, for those of you who are suffering from a lot of anxiety and insecurity about your place in a person's life, allowing them to come and go as just like a favorite or a top 5 because you don't want to pressure them into asking for a little bit of exclusivity or an expectation of loyalty it's pretty sad. Don't allow someone to indefinitely use you for the resource of your love or your sex or your attention or your finances or your support in the absence of also giving you those same things. If you have a loving and supportive and a non-toxic situationship and both of you are comfortable, this video isn't for you. But if you have a situationship that you're giving everything that you have and you're still trying to prove yourself to be good enough to be someone's girlfriend, then you're in a really tough place. And it doesn't really get much better from here a lot of times, just because you've already given him everything that you have to offer, or them. What more could you do to prove yourself? The problem is the dynamic. You have a dynamic of trying to prove yourself worthy enough to eventually one day, hopefully, maybe, on your wish list, be claimed by them. They have no plans on claiming you, most of the time. People pick people up and collect people as resources. That doesn't necessarily mean they'll always love them back or offer them that same loyalty in return. Anytime you have a lopsided dynamic of someone trying to attain a relationship and someone avoiding relationships, you have a one-sided relationship where someone controls and someone leverages their power, and the other person is pretty much subservient in a way that doesn't necessarily serve them or the team as a whole. One person is experiencing the benefits of a relationship, the other person is experiencing anxiety, sometimes neglect, disregard, disrespect many times, and even if it's not a negative experience that that person's having per se, if what they need is a label or to be claimed, and what they're receiving is resistance, they never feel quite comfortable enough to serve themselves and to love themselves adequately during that relationship. No situationship or relationship should require you to love yourself any less or be less loyal to you or to put your interests last. Anytime you're with a person, as a team, you should empower each other to love each other more. You should be stronger for having had someone in your life, not weaker. You should be more loyal to yourself for having had someone great in your life. They shouldn't require you to minimize yourself, put yourself behind them, or put yourself or your needs behind theirs. While one might lead and one might follow, both should be able to have the fullness of life and the fullness of the love in that relationship. If one person's full on love and the other person is starving, you have a shitty dynamic. So like I said, to answer your question, is a year and a half of dating or a situationship a long enough time for a person to realize that they at least want to be your girlfriend? Yes. If you've been dating a guy or screwing a guy for a year and a half and he won't commit to you, he's not going to commit to you. You have no reason to stay if you care about a label, if you care about somebody claiming you in public, if you care about somebody honoring you as their partner, as their life partner, as their team member. Think about it. It's like if two guys are friends, but they don't admit they're friends. They just hang out every day. They play basketball every day. They talk about girls every day. They go to the mall and shop, and then somebody says, hey, are you guys friends? No, we don't put a label on this. We don't. No, they say they're friends because they're loyal to each other. Somebody talks shit about their friend, they defend them. If their friend gets into a fight, they're in a fight too. They do anything that it takes to continue to build that relationship and build that bond. And just calling somebody a friend, or even sometimes if they're really close, they call each other like a brother or something like that. They're putting the label on their friendships because it insinuates that they will be loyal to that bond. But in a relationship, women might be getting screwed, getting hung out with, getting all their time taken up, being told what to do, serving a man and servicing a man. And he doesn't want a relationship. He's out doing whatever he wants to do because he technically doesn't have a girlfriend, and he won't even admit to having a special someone while she's sitting around waiting for him to call. She's sitting around waiting for him to come over. That doesn't make sense. If you're around a guy who can claim everyone as his friend, who's his friend, then he should be able to claim his girlfriend if he's been with her for long enough. I'm not saying that after 2 weeks you should be a guy's girlfriend, or a month you should be a guy's girlfriend. But if a guy's been screwing you for more than 4 months, and I think that's long, but if a guy's been screwing you for more than 4 months, if a guy's been hanging out with you, taking up your time, eating up all your emotional energy, then if you can't get a label out of this guy, you should probably consider moving somewhere else, going on and dating around or something, because he's not someone who's going to give you the commitment that you're looking for. He's obligated by commitment. He's not honored by it. Get you a man, a guy who is honored to call himself your man. Get you a man who honors you and respects you and values you enough that he wants people to know that he's with you. A guy that cares about you enough that he doesn't want any confusion around whose you are, right? You're his, and he is yours. If that can't be achieved, especially within a year and a half, then you've wasted a year and a half. Outside of, learning and living and evolving during that time, I'm not sure you're going to get what you want. I'm not sure you're going to get what you want. You should probably have a serious talk with that person. And if their answer to the label or else question is or else, then you wasted your damn time. And unfortunately, many women do. So have a serious conversation with that person. Figure out what the holdup is on the whole girlfriend thing, why they claim they're friends but they can't claim they're woman. The answer might surprise you, but if you need that answer, go get that answer or move on and go get what you want from someone who's more committed and wants to be more responsible to you. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Please, 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 please don't be out here having frivolous sex with strangers, not knowing their status. get checked. Make sure that your partner gets checked. Make sure that the people you encounter know their status before you get frisky with them. It's just it saves lives, to be quite honest. The link is in the description if you want to know your status or you want to get any other home health test kit. But please just do what you're supposed to do to protect yourself out here. I'm having too many conversations with people who just got HIV, who just got herpes, who just got this, who just got that, who just were living a little bit either on the wild side or who didn't know because their partner didn't know what they had. So no matter why or how a person gets it, it generally starts with you not knowing your status and them not knowing theirs. Oh yeah, and also my Teespring store does have some new designs. I'm going to start telling you guys to buy a t-shirt every now and then, support the channel that way. So the link to my Teespring store is always under my videos, of course, but in the description box as well and in the comment section. Go check my t-shirt designs out. My messaging is on the t-shirts. Buy a t-shirt if you support my channel and if you like the design. Anyway, that's all I got for now. Follow me at KevVic24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.